Hello and welcome to Art 101 Beginning Design. I am Lee. I'm your instructor. You can call me Lee, and I use she, her pronouns. So this is just a welcoming video. It's what we would do if we were in person on the first day of class. I am here to answer any of your questions. I really want you to just feel comfortable reaching out to me. So you can see me at least once. You'll hear my voice a lot throughout the class. So Canvas email is a great way to get in touch with me. So this course works by modules. So each week there'll be a module in Canvas, and everything you need to know and do for that week will be within that module. So most weeks there's going to be 3 things you need to do: a warm-up, a longer project, and a discussion. Some weeks are a little different, so I don't want to say every week, but the warm-up is really getting you ready for the longer project. It's also showing me that you watched my video, which will usually have some examples of artworks to get you inspired and to open your mind to the world of art. So you're going to not post the warm-up. The warm-up is just for you. You submit that so I can see that you did it, but you don't have to show the rest of the class. You will be posting your projects, your longer projects, to the class discussion so we can all see and learn how to talk about art and get used to showing other people our artwork. And you're going to respond to your classmates. Don't worry, this is all just between us and the class, and it's as if you were showing people in class or people were seeing what you did if you were in person in a class. Some projects are going to be longer to give you more time. Each week we're going to build on different skills, so make sure to do the modules in order and don't skip ahead. Most importantly, there is no experience necessary for this class. If you can only draw stick figures, or you can't even draw a stick figure, that is okay. You don't have to know how to paint, draw, be a designer, anything. So the best artist in this class is someone who is just an incredible artist but doesn't do any work. They could fail the class. Whereas someone with 0 art skills can get an A or a 4.0 with just trying stuff out and experimenting with the materials and submitting their work. So as long as you're trying and submitting work, and I can see that you're putting the effort in, then you can get an A in this class. So don't stress if you feel like you don't know what you're doing. That's why you're in this class. If you knew exactly what you were doing, you could teach the class. You wouldn't have to take it. So grades, again, don't stress. I grade based on the rubrics. You're going to see them in Canvas. Anytime there's a graded item, there'll be a rubric. And it's called like criteria or rubric in Canvas. And use it as a checklist before submitting your work, because I grade it as a checklist. I grade directly from the rubric, and I'll show you an example of that in a minute. So you're going to watch videos of me demonstrating the drawing, painting techniques that you need to complete the rubric. And then I grade based on the time and effort you put into those techniques. So what the final product is, what the art object looks like, is not important. It's more the process of you experimenting and trying new skills. So I am here to help you learn. I'm not expecting that you make these finished museum masterpieces. I'm not expecting that you're this incredible artist. I'm just expecting that you try. And I want us all to remember, as we're sharing our artwork, that everybody comes into this class with different abilities, different skill levels, and we can all learn from each other. So people who are really at the beginning of their artistic journey can teach people who are more far along on their journey what it's like to start again and maybe see things from a different way. Because when you're further along on your journey, sometimes you get stuck in a rut or stuck doing things the same way. And then someone who's just starting or beginning will come along and show you something new in a way that you never thought of. So I think everyone's experience is really valuable, even if you have 0 experience with art. So please see the syllabus for my full grading policy. Not everything is in this video. You're also going to have to read the syllabus before you do the little understanding check or quiz about this. So course materials. Canvas and the syllabus has details and links. So this is just a really quick overview. I have purchased gouache paint sets for you that you can pick up on Pierce campus. So I'm not saying exactly where right now because it might change. And if there's no location when you look at it, it might just be because they're not ready yet. So there's a course art materials page in the week 1 module, which you've obviously gotten to if you're watching this video. So you can use any art supplies that you have at home. You don't need to purchase expensive materials. The first project can be done on unlined paper like printer, computer paper, and with pencils. There is a link to a list of examples. It's in the syllabus. It's on Canvas. The syllabus is in Canvas. Everything's in Canvas. So this link takes you to Blick, which is like a place to get inexpensive art materials, and it has examples of everything. So you can see what you need for the class, for the entire class. And if you have anything similar at home, you don't have to buy it. Also, there's some recommended items on the list that you're not going to purchase if you're picking up the free paint, right? The gouache paint set that you can pick up for free in the Pierce campus is marked as recommended on the list. So you don't want to buy that if you're going to pick it up. If you can't get to campus and pick it up, then you can buy it. So you can also support local businesses. In Tacoma, there's Artists and Craftsmen Supply. There's tons of other places you can check out. And there's also, besides Blick, there's Jerry's Artorama, which can have some really good deals too. So you can use what you have and then just purchase the extra things that you don't have, or you can buy the whole list, totally up to you. And remember to reach out to me if you have questions. I'm here to help you. So here's the basic stuff that you need. You're going to need a scanner and a phone that has a camera or a digital camera, just one of those things, because you're going to need to take photos or scans of your artwork and then submit them to Canvas. And then you need a computer with reliable internet to watch the videos and submit your projects and all that. So you need sketch paper, and that can be computer or printer paper. You can buy a sketchbook too. There's one on the list. You need Bristol board, which is a heavier weight paper that you can paint on. You can also paint on cardstock if you have a bunch of that for any reason. You're going to need pencils, erasers, a pencil sharpener. You can use any that you have. You also need pens. You can use ballpoint pens or gel pens, or you can purchase the micron pens that I recommend. You're going to need some scissors. If you have an X-Acto knife, you can use that as well. But any kitchen scissors or any even kids scissors, you can use anything, and we're just cutting paper. And then glue or tape, same thing, you can use whatever you have. We're just gluing or taping down paper. Then we're going to paint in this class, and we're using gouache paint, which if you've never heard of it, it's kind of in between watercolor and acrylic paint, and it's what designers used before there was digital art, before there was digital design, like things like Photoshop, where you can paint in Photoshop. So gouache paint can be really flat, which can do great things for design, or you can mix it with water and make it more transparent, or it can be super opaque. So it has a lot of versatility. And then you're going to need a paint palette to mix those paints on. You can use yogurt cups, clean yogurt cups. You can use anything that you have. Plates are great for palettes, so you don't have to buy that if you don't want, and paint brushes. All right, so now we are moving on to a little overview of Canvas. So this is your home page. It's going to look different because this is like my development page, where I build the class out before I put it into the live one. So just make sure to look through everything here, which you probably have. Here's a link to materials. We know that it's organized by modules, and then where to go for help. Make sure you read everything in the project module and the rubric. Everything should be in there. And after you read that, you can check the questions discussion. If you're still having issues and you can't find it anywhere in Canvas, or you're getting frustrated, just email me or send me a Canvas message, email me, or set up a one-on-one Zoom meeting through Starfish. And I am so happy to help you. I want you to do well in this class. So if anything's confusing, you just let me know. So then the modules are all going to look like this. Yours probably looks a little different, and the dates might be different. So let me get that out of the way. I haven't finished building it. Obviously, I'm creating the class right now. So I just want to show you quickly, make sure to read the overview, because this is going to tell you what to expect. And then in each assignment, there'll be videos or explanation of what to do, and then the discussion. So make sure you read everything in the module. Each module will have everything you need to do for that week. And then I want to show you how I grade. So this is your grades. And if there's a dash or nothing here, it means I haven't graded it yet. So if you submit it late or resubmit something, you don't need to email me to let me know you want your grade changed, because I haven't graded it yet. Now, if there is a score, that means I have graded it. And if you wanted to resubmit, if you lost points, if you want to get any points back, you would have to email me to let me know you want it resubmitted. Okay, so you can see your basic score here, and then there are two icons here. This is the rubric, which is where I grade from, and these are the comments where I'll help you. I'll try to help you if you lost any points. So let's click on the clipboard for the rubric, and this is exactly what it looks like when I grade. So I'm just clicking if you get the points or if you don't get the points. This is why this rubric or criteria is so important for you to use as a checklist, because it's what I'm looking at when I grade. And I'm just clicking. So if it's green, you got all the points. If it's red, you got none of the points. And if you don't see green or red, you can check here, and that means you got partial points. So you can see exactly this student got no points for presentation. And usually you probably know if you didn't do something or you were just rushing, you probably know, and you have the opportunity to resubmit it and get those points back. So I totally understand if these things happen. If you think I maybe marked you wrong or you're confused, please email me. I am a human. I make mistakes. Or if you're confused why you didn't get points and I didn't make a mistake, I can explain how to fix it. I want you to do well. So I'm never trying to take points away from you. I want you to get all the points, but also I feel like I wouldn't be a good teacher if I didn't tell you when something needed to be fixed, or I thought you could, make it better. Okay, then when you click on here, you see the comments, and I'm saying, everything looks great, but the image needs to be cropped. So this person had a bunch of things around the edges that's distracting from the work. And then I'm going to tell you how to resubmit and let me know if you need help. So I'm just reminding you how to resubmit to me. I know every professor's different, every teacher's different. So I try to put in that little reminder so you know to get those points back. And that is it. I want you to just feel comfortable reaching out to me if you have questions.